View from a balcony, building the blue lawn chairs next to the ice chest. Stuffed 2 grams in the blunt that we just blew. Now I'm getting blown by a bitch who I don't know her name. Gold chain hanging, got a few in the room, but I don't wear them out. Only wear them in the house, cause I shine so bright that I wanna blind you.
Why did it have to be this way? I asked myself. I turned to go to the right and looked to my family photo. Why did I have to be this way? I lift the picture frame and put it near my face. My finger caressed the glass, holding the picture in place. I really fucked up, huh? I chuckled. My family's gone, and it's all my fault. I pushed them all away when all they wanted to do is trying to help me. Now, when I need them the most, they're not around. And it's all because I took a deep sigh and sunk into my chair. Even more, I put my finger upon my deceased husband's face and managed to crack a smile. He was everything. It was like nothing could ever separate us. Nothing except death. The very thought of word death puts a bad taste in my mouth. I didn't always dislike the idea of death because I knew it was coming. I've came to face cheating death many times in my prime being a shinobi, but when he died, tears from the corner of my eyes every time I think back of the fateful moments in the woods. It was supposed to be our very last mission. I guess it was in the way. After he died, I became a depressing mess. All I wanted to do was be alone, which made matters worse. I was so selfish back then, only thinking about my feelings and how I felt so much that I neglected my children's feeling they were giving to their lost him too. So why I was acting like they didn't understand, stupid. I regret my actions so much while my kids were healing together. I was alone, pushing my pride and joy further and further away. How could I be such a terrible, selfish person? What kind of mother am I? I let out a picture, dropped into my lap, and looked up into the ceilings. I could feel myself getting weaker by the day, and I knew that time was coming to the end all alone in a cold and lonely house. How tragic. I closed my eyes and managed to get a few words out of this ragged old body. My only wish is that I could go back time where it went wrong. I just want my friends and family back. And when that I spoke my final breath and gave into the darkness, I woke up to a birds flying and chirping peacefully around me. I slowly sat up, talking into the scenery for myself. So beautiful, I said in awe. The atmosphere felt light, like I had all of my worries just gone, just like that. I was surrounded with puffy, pure white clouds and a blanket, bright baby blue sky. I got up to my feet and took a few steps forward. So this is what heaven looks like. So I see you're taking a liking here, huh? I froze in place after hearing that familiar voice, that bright and cheery voice. My husband's voice. I quickly turned around and almost broke down crying. It was my loving husband, Naruto, 5 feet away from me. I dashed into my husband's arm, squeezing him like never before. It's you. It's really you, I exclaimed. It's me, Sakura-chan. I've missed you, he said. I miss you too. We separated and looked into each other's eyes. His eyes was vibrating as the day I met him. We closed the gap between us with a loving and passionate kiss. Oh, how much I miss his lips. And after a few moments, we parted and sat down, still looking into each other's eyes. I'm so glad you're here with me again. You have no idea how much long for this moment. I feel the same way. I've waited for you so long to be here with me. He kissed my forehead and raped on my hand. But we need to talk. I was confused. Talk? What did he mean by talk? Talk about what? I gently asked. What do you want to say before you die? My wish? Yes. You wish you could go back and make amends with your our friends and family before all went wrong, he said. Yes, I said, but wait, you think I could? Quietly possible, yes. Naruto confirmed. I removed my hands from his gentle grip and covered my mouth in shock. I could go back and make this right. I can go back right my wrongs. But what about Naruto? I looked at my husband, uncovering my lips. I have a choice making. I don't ask rather plainly. Yes, rather go back in time, right your wrongs, or he grasped my hand again and brought them up to my lips and giving them a gentle kiss. Stay here with me. I just died and I still have to make hard choices. Ain't the about a bitch? I chuckled dryly on the hand. I had love of my life back into my arms again. I could be with him for as long as I wanted, but my family, I know what I need to do. I love you so much, Naruto, but I can't leave our family broken like this. I choose to go back. I declared. Naruto smiled brightly and hugged me tight, surprising me. I respect your decision, Sakura. I will be waiting for you here. I love you, he said. I love you too. He caressed my cheeks and kissed me. Then everything went blank. None of your understanding, I unconsciously yelled at my knowing small children. I quickly regret what I screamed out in anger and covered my mouth. I see my kid's face and the anger I felt quickly dispersed, only leaving shame and regret in my body. No, wait, I didn't mean it to. I tried to say it, but immediately I failed. No, mother. My second oldest child, Himari, but you, her hands, we know exactly what you mean. The expression upon her face was filled with rage, which just justified I'm going to my room, and with that she left running to her room with my youngest child, Ashuri, in her arms. Both of them had tears in her eyes, tears I caused. I looked over to my oldest son and immediately locked eyes with him. Son, Shan, I, his face red, not anger, not sadness, but disappointment. The hole in my heart went even more looking at him. His lips moved as I wanted to say something, but decided not to. Son, Chan, please say something. I pleaded with him, grabbing him gently, but by his shoulder. He shook. He shook off on him and backed away slowly, shaking his head in disbelief. You're not my mother. My mother would never say something so insensitive and selfish to her own flesh and blood. Let me know when the real Uzumaki Sakura comes back, he said. And with that, he went to go comfort his siblings. I stood there in shock of my actions. How could I do that to my family? What come over me in the moment? Anger, sadness, grief, it doesn't matter. No matter what I feeling, there was no reason to say those things to my kids. They're lost as much as I did, and yet I'm a selfish piece of shit. I slid down the wall and put my knees in my chest and holding my head down in shame. How the fuck am I supposed to fix this shit? I thought it's worse than I thought. And I also remembered dreaming. You're not my mother, Sheena. Chan stated. You don't mean that. You don't do you, San Chan. I mumbled over my words. I hate you, yelled my daughter. Hami, why mommy? Cried that my youngest. Hashiri Chan, mommy didn't mean that. Mommy loves you. I love you all of you. I tried to say with my tears rolling down my cheeks. I tried to reach out to them, but as soon as I touched them, they faxed out of my touch as if their body corrupt. No, please, come back. Please, come back. I managed to choke up. Dream over. I gasped and sat up in a hurry. My chest felt heavier than before and noticed I was breathing hard. The dream, that nightmare was. I tried to push the thought to the back of my mind and wipe the sweat from my top of my forehead. I carefully got out of bed, still a bit dizzy from that nightmare, and made my way over to my sink and brushed my teeth and washed my face. As I washed my face, I stopped for a moment to watch my reflection. What are you doing? My self conscious was talking. You know you can't get them back. You should have stayed up there with the love of your life, clown. I shut up. I can't get them back. I have to. I replied, yeah, right. Well, just to see about that. I scoffed at my self conscience, throwing down my washing clothes in the process, and made my way to the kitchen. As I made my way, I stopped right in front of my kid's side of the hallway and looked on the memories of yesterday. Fighting came flooding back to me and gripped my fist again and turning away. I can't think about what I did forever. I have to think about how to fix this pain I caused. I mumbled to myself. I put out some spots and pan and prepare myself to make breakfast for my kids. Maybe I can amend before they go to school. About time I was done. It was time for the kids to wake up. So let's set the table for all four of us and set their food in their respective place. I made them their favorite breakfast, which was pancakes, scrambled eggs with extra cheese, and some turkey bacon. Hopefully that would cheer them up a bit. As I was preparing their drinks, I heard a door open, a little footstep coming down get hall. I was preparing myself to take a quick breathe and close my refrigerator door, facing them. Ah, good morning. Did you sleep well? I cursed myself for stumbling so much. Morning was all that came from Hamari. She didn't even acknowledge me. She just, never mind. Morning, mommy. Little Hashri said it looked like he forgot about last night. I secretly sighed in relief. Thank God for 6-year-old memories. Shikaki just gave me a wave and half a smile. Obviously, he was still disappointed in me. I secretly cursed myself for my actions and delivered their drinks. Here you go. We don't have any more apple juice. Sorry, Himari. I said, finally sitting down on the table. It's okay. Don't want it anyway, she said, still not looking up at me. I was a little upset at pushing my feelings down. That's how we got there in the first place. Sheena, I'll pick up you from school today. I slightly smiled at him, but he didn't return, in which caused me to look down again. Actually, I'm going to hang out. What if Naruto X Sakura? And please don't get mad. And I'm doing another What if Naruto X Hinata or Naruto X Temari too. One of those two if you want me to make. Alright? Thanks.